welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura and I am doing my review. It's the mid-month wrap-up. I read 4 books since January 1st, so I'm going to share with you the 4 books that I read. I started off with a book that I didn't really like. I was continuing to read this from December. So the first book that I had finished is Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. I listened to this on audio. I just did not connect with any of the characters. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the holidays. I just didn't read it on the right time. I only gave it 2 stars. I think it may be a reread one day, but I didn't really like it. So I gave this one 2 stars. Yeah. It jumped around way too much for me, and I just couldn't concentrate on the book. But I did finish it. So yeah, so that's the first one. Okay, so the second book, I don't have a copy of it because I had to return it to the library. I returned it late. I owed 90 cents on it. Yeah, so the book that I read for my second read was the Jodi Picoult, this one here. And this is my reading journal. Everybody's seen this. This is my 2017 reading journal. And the book was called Small Great Things by Jodi Picoult. I've read her books before and I really enjoyed her books. But this one I gave 3.5 stars. It was between a 3.5, 3, 4. It kept on going back and forth to me. I took it out from the library. As I said, I couldn't renew it, and I paid 90 cents late fee because I was continuing reading. There are 3 point of views. The first one is Ruth, and she's an African American. She is a nurse. She has 20 years experience. She works in labor and delivery. And she gets tried for murdering an infant. So that is the first one. And the second person is Kennedy, and she is the white attorney that is defending her, Ruth. And the third guy is Turk. He's the infant's dad, and he is a white supremacist. Yeah. So I felt that the story was okay, except that they give a lot away in the synopsis. Like, it was way too much telling me what happened and all that. So it was a little slow and a little draggy. At some parts I liked as a 4, some parts I liked as a 3, so that's why I rated it 3.5. There is a big twist at the end of the book, and so that's why I gave it a 0.5 star up. So yeah, so 3.5 stars for that one. Okay. So on to my next read, which is my first read for week 1 for all around the year in 52 books. And I had to read a book from the Goodreads Choice Award for 2016. And I picked the romance one. I keep stuttering here, I'm sorry. I picked the romance one, and the book that I chose was It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. Now, if you know me from the past, Colleen Hoover is one of my favorite authors. She is the only author that can keep my interest from the page 1 all the way to the end of the book. All my other authors, I don't know what it is. She doesn't... all the other authors don't do that. Like, she has a twist and turn. She just has this ability to keep me interested all the way to the end. So I gave this one 5 stars. There are some difficulties in this book. I'm going to read in my journal, like, what I wrote. Okay, so it is a romance book. So it's new adult. It has sexy times in it. There is domestic violence. There is inappropriate language and drugs and alcohol in this book. So there are 3 characters. The main character, her name is Lily, and she is in her 20s. And then she meets Ryle. He is a neurosurgeon, and Lily is a flower shop owner. And there is another character in this book that from her past named Atlas, and he is written in this book as through her diary. So I really enjoyed this book. I read it from cover to cover. It is one of my favorites. I put it in my favorites for 2017. I gave it 5 stars. I don't want to give you too much information, but if you don't like domestic violence, I don't suggest picking this book up. So yeah, so that's that one. Okay, so my last book that I read this one for week 2 of Around the Year in 52 books. We were supposed to read a book with at least 2 perspectives. So I chose this one. The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. And now I read her book, Everything, and I loved it. This book is kind of like Eleanor and Park. It is about a Jamaican girl and a Japanese boy. The girl's name is Natasha. The boy's name is Daniel. And it takes place in one day. So the whole book is one day. The girl is being deported out of America and she's going back to Jamaica. So yeah, so this is so I enjoyed the book, but I had some difficulty reading it. I gave it 3 stars. The reason I gave it 3 stars is because the grammar in this book, I couldn't, the grammar is like someone who doesn't know English, and like every time they spoke to the family would talk like with a slur and not use the correct vocabulary. So I felt like I wanted to correct the vocabulary throughout this. And also every chapter is a different point of view. Sometimes they meet other characters within their travel through the day, which I thought was kind of interesting, but they only have 1 chapter of that, and I'd like to know more about the other people. But yeah, so I gave this one 3 stars. I was hoping to like it more, but yeah, so that's that one. So those are the first 4 books that I read. I finished 2 for the Around the Year in 52 books. So yeah, so if I could get that in my mind and say it correctly. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will do another review at the end of the month for the remainder of the books that I'm reading. I'm currently reading 2 books right now. No, 3 books right now. So yeah, I don't want to tell you because that will be my Friday reads. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye.